Okay, today's meeting will be short because I want you to work by yourself and then I need to see the work of your group next week. So I will explain only about empathy map. And what is empathy map? Okay, let's start our discussions with this saying. Business people don't just need to understand designers better, they need to become designers. It is a quote from Roger Martin, Rodman School of Management. So what actually the quote is saying is that we as a business people is not only hiring designer to do something for us, but we need to design ourselves. What we design is not the clothes, what we design is not the web, but what we design as a business people is the solutions that we want to give to our customer. Because at the end of the day, a customer wanna buy a product because of what? Because of that product, that particular product will solve one of their problem. So in here we need to design a solution to a problem or two problems. But the solutions and the problem must be fit. That's what we call as problem solution fit. But actually, how do we actually design our product in previous years, in the past? Like what the first point stated, business people unknowingly practice design every day, but we do that unconsciously. And then what is the effect? Sometimes when business people design their own way or design their own thing by themselves, and then the product is succeed in the past, but because of that succeed, they will be trapped in their own orthodoxies. You must be known someone who is actually very good at business, but really skeptics about a new thing. That's what I call as orthodoxy. Or you can see your own parent that do not really like technology and even criticize every single bit of technology. That's what we call as orthodoxies. Because people is getting used to do something by their own pattern, so they refuse if the pattern is changed. That's what I call as orthodoxies. But remember this, the way we succeed in the market is different from today's world compared to the past world. Past world. So remember this, if you want to be a successful businessman, you have to understand the market, and the market is the customer. Like you yourself, your taste is changing every single period. It's also the same with the market, especially in this time of pandemic. Customer behavior is changing, so we have to brace ourselves that what that maybe someday in the future after this pandemic end, the big business there will be bankrupt and there will be a new business that will take the throne. Okay. So, okay, the big question is how we design it because design is about inquiry, about asking what, why, and where, and create a new, discover the unexplored, and achieve the functional. But how we design it? The most simple thing that you can do is actually asking the customer themselves. Because what? Because at the end of the day, you want to solve their own problem. So why don't you start by asking them what they want? Okay. So we want this to be a customer centric. Remember, if we draw a business model canvas, the right hand side, the most right hand side will be customer block. So we have to understand our customer first, and then that customer taste and wants will dictate our others block in the customer in the business model canvas. Okay, and back in the days, I tell you this. I will tell you this. Back in the days, iPod is the best example of how Actually, Apple understand their customer because back in the day it is very difficult to actually listen music while you traveling, while you work, while you actually going for to have some exercises. So Apple iPod give you these solutions. You can read in the book for the detailed explanations about that. Remember, we have the book. Because of this, sometimes I will ask you to read the book and then do the project by yourself, and then I will explain it next week. So I will do it in a vice versa way. Another example of how the business changes because the business itself is actually asking the customer is Transmart Carrefour. Because of what? Because Transmart Carrefour is changing. Because of what? Because nowadays grocery shopping is not only about buying daily needs. Because of what? When you do daily grocery shopping, especially if you have family, you want to have one-stop shopping experience. And sometimes shopping mall is too big for you. So the mom, because most of the families, the one who do the grocery store is mom, need a place when she maybe can hang out with her friends, but as also at the same time her children can play in the playground or maybe watching movies together, and after that they can go grocery shopping. That's why Carrefour nowadays changing to Transmart Carrefour, but only in Indonesian context. And then we have the other example is about Zipcar. Zipcar is about renting car services, but please imagine yourself renting a car, which is actually a very difficult and also annoying process because at the end of the day you have to bring back the cars to the owner garage, and then Zipcar is actually give you the solution to that pain. Because of what? Because if you rent a Zipcar, you can actually leave your rented car somewhere that you want the car is left. And then the Zipcar itself, the Zipcar employee is the one who will pick the car for you. So it is like a best solution for you because what? Because you want a convenience renting car. You do not want to buy a car, but you want to have a car that can be easily rented, but at the same time it also not cost you any money or any energy to go back to garage of that car rental. So that's the example of Zipcar. So remember this, if you want to be a successful businessman, the centric or the center of the universe is not you, but is them. Who is them? Who are they? They is customer. So you want to validate whether your idea will be accepted by your customer or not. Like I said before, we need to see the fit between problem and solution, but the solution itself should fit with the market. Because if the solution itself is not fit with the market, then there is no solutions actually. For example, you have a stomach ache, you sakit perut gitu, and then that's the pain, and then the solutions is taking medications. But your mom give you a tablet medications in which you actually cannot digest tablet medications well, so it is not solutions for you because you are the market. Remember this, maybe maybe a solution is have a fit with the problem, but maybe the solution is not fit with the market. So you have to see the fit between these three aspects. And then the aspect of shifting to the customer centric is what? The example is Gojek, because Gojek is actually listen to every kind of your problem. That's why they have uh, their user experience changing every single period. Because of what? Because they knew that maybe chat typing a chat from your driver to your driver, I mean, typing a chat to your driver every single time is annoying. That's why they give you automatic chat right now. And then they know you that top up your GoPay is annoying every single time, so they give you pay later. And then the best example also, the second best example is Marvel Cinematic Universe, because they actually listen to you. Because of what? Because actually Avenger is more about movie that satisfy fanboys, isn't it? And fangirl, of course. So that's the benefit of understanding your customer. And how do you actually understand your customer is by designing and also creating empathy maps that I will discuss later. So this is the empathy map. This is the simple one, but I will give you the more comprehensive one. So in using the empathy map, please imagine you put your own feed to your customer. So it is better if you put the photo of your imaginary customer in the center, and then you give them, or you give her or he, you give her or him a name. Okay, so the first thing first is, please imagine your imaginary customer. Is it female? Is it male? How old are him? How old is he? How old is she? And then what is his name? And then what is his job also? And then based on that you have to think, kalau customernya kayak gini, what do they think and feel about their daily life, and also about the solutions that they need for your product, and also what do they see, because what? Because we need to see their surrounding environment, so we can choose the best channel to communicate with them. Okay, and then what does she says and do? Okay, because it is important also to understand the channel that we will use to communicate with the customer. See, hear, say, and do, and pain and gain. And then you have to know also the pain that the customer actually feel when maybe, for example, they're using the competitor product. Okay, or the pain that they actually feel when they live their own life, and then the gain, or the possible gain that they want if they consume your own product. Remember that. I want you to create this after this. Remember this, first of all, you have to know which segment that you serve actually. Maybe one company will have more than one segment, because we have multi-segment, we have multi-sided, we have diversified segment, and also so choose three customer which has the most prospect. So here's the thing, the logic is this: sometimes your product can be consumed by everyone, okay, but maybe the potential one is at which segment. You have to determine those, and then after that you do the profiling. Like I said before, give them the name, give them imaginary face, imaginary job, and something like that, and then describe what the customer empathy asks for you. Please follow these questions. So you have to describe this also to understand your customer better. If you knew that maybe one of your friend is consuming their product, you can also interview them if you want. This is the example, also still on the explaining about customer empathy maps. You can read it by yourself, and then the end product is like this. I will create this kind of customer empathy map in the Google Jamboard, and I need you to discuss and also fill the empathy map, empathy map. I'm sorry, empathy map by discussing with your own group, and we will discuss it next week. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice lunch.